Welcome to Weaving New Paths, Conversations with Visionaries. I'm your host, Grandmother Sharon Raji Maynard. Each week, we sit with individuals who followed a calling, who turned idea into healing, creativity, and change. Their stories remind us that every dream matters. You matter. And that new pathways are being woven every day. Thank you for joining us. Let's step into today's conversation. Hi, listeners. Thank you for walking with us today on Weaving New Paths. May the insights shared by our guest, Angelaeweber, continue and move into your heart, because what she has done in her life is a model. It's an idea. It's a spark for you. So I am so pleased to be able to introduce you to my friend, Angelaeweber. She had a lot of experience. She started many things. I think there's many points along the way, but I'd like to hear, Angela, where you started and where you are today and anything in between. So thank you so much for sharing with us today.
I thank you for the opportunity, Sharon. I'm very flattered to be able to be here and speaking with you. I am an anthropologist. I'm Brazilian, and I worked in northeast of Brazil with one of the poorest regions. I worked with women, and there, what surprised me was that there was a shared care of those women for their communities, not only for their children and their family, but their communities. And it was also a kind of a strategy for survival. And it worked very well. They when I left there, stopped my work there, I worked 10 years. I thought, oh, I did nothing. But then after 15 years, I returned and they were thriving. They are thriving in their own ways. So it was very touching for my heart.
So
And then I, yeah.
So they create. So it wasn't they didn't have a lot of resources, financial. These women created a community, a village, a system of working with what they had to help each other. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yes. For instance, there's the example of many villages were headed by women because the men left to big cities, big centers to work and send money back home till a point. Sometimes they didn't. So these women were left with their children and to do what they could do with the resources they had. And one of them, she was a teacher, and she installed a library for the whole community in her home. And there, when they went to pick up books or read, she taught them how to weave, how to do any kind of work. And just 2 weeks ago, I saw that she had, they gave her a prize for all her beautiful work. It was in Salvador, the capital of the place. It's 500 kilometers from where she lives, which is around 300 miles from where she lives. So it was very, very beautiful to see that these women thrive. She had nothing. She did it on her own. There is the story of another woman. She work in the hospital. She learned the basics, and she started helping the old people and young people in her village. They used to come to her home to seek medicine, what kind of thing that they can do. And she gained nothing with that, but she was helping the community.
Hmm.
So I,
Hmm.
there are lots of examples. So when I came to Italy, I have 4 children. 3 of my children live here in Europe. I decided to be more here than in Brazil because I wanted to share more my grandchildren of their lives.
Yes.
I was stuck with here. And I went to Italy. I started to work with my women, and I found the same type of care and concern, not only for their children, but for their communities. And this is how they kind of survive, sometimes in an environment where they seldom have nothing to eat. So
Wow.
I, I realized that seems to be a common thread in humans' heart,
Hmm.
women's heart. Doesn't matter
Hmm.
where they are, which country, which language they speak, or what to do. It's
Hmm.
always that you will always find when women are in distress, they come together and they help one another.
Hmm. So
So
that first village, how long ago were you there? Because that was several years ago, that first village you spoke of. How long ago was that?
it was from 2009 till 2015. It
Wow.
was not one village. I worked with
Mm,
many villages.
wow. And so the woman who got the who had started the library and got the uh, applause just recently, that came from that, which she has probably continued. And now you're in Italy, and you see, are they? Did you say black women? That one word. What kind of women are you working with in Italy?
Well, there are Nigerian, they are from Afghanistan, they are from
Mm,
many India, they are from everywhere.
wow. And are they marginalized? Is that the common thread? Are they in an
Yeah,
area?
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
There's one woman especially has a very strong story. She came from Nigeria. She was sold by her family to a prostitution gang,
wow.
and she was taken to Turin, and there she went to the police station to say what was happening with her, and they told her to go back there, her captors. So
Okay.
as they realized that she was trying to get away, they
Hmm.
sold her to another gang in Verona. And there in Verona, she found a woman, a nun, Catholic nun, who helped her get out of the prostitution.
Wow.
And nowadays, she helps all women she can to get out of the prostitution. Some don't want, are afraid because those gangs are very violent,
Mm,
but she does an incredible job. She teach them how to sew, so find another kind of job, help them with health issues, and also their children. Most of them have children, and the Italian state tends to take the children away from them because they are prostitutes. So
Is she doing that? She's doing that because of what happened to her. And then she's doing this because she wants to help other women, not because somebody's
yeah,
hired her, but she's doing this just like the women gathering books, create a library. This woman's gathering women and helping women.
yeah,
What kind
yeah.
of support does she have? What kind of support does she have?
Minimum. They sew, they make the dresses, they sell dresses, and she has support. Sometimes the city hall calls her to help them, and they give her some help, but it's not something that she does not have resources really to do this
Mhm.
kind of job.
She didn't wait till she had resources. She just did. She didn't
Yes, she
wait till
has
the
to
resources.
wait. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She's just doing it.
yeah. So this was very to meet all these women, and also in all my trips and encounters with grassroots women around the world, they have this kind of attitude or characteristic. And I started reading because I become interested in the goddess, because these women are goddesses.
They
So I
are.
started studying the idea of goddesses from the Neolithic times.
Uh-huh.
And yes, and I found out that we had a matriarchal society. Neolithic, there were no wars, there was no violence, there were no walls for the cities, because they were living in a society where the values of the community were so important. They have economically, they share. They didn't have an hierarchy. They didn't have competition.
Yeah,
And
competition. Mm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I realized that somehow these women seems to have within them what was on those societies,
Mm-hmm.
that somehow they go over their own ego and help and work for the common good.
What's interesting to me, Angela, is that you had when you were doing your work those many years ago, you did not know what you were going to encounter. You didn't go in looking for that kind of community. You didn't go in looking for. You went in and you experienced what was happening. So it was like experiential wisdom, experiential knowledge over many different places, the same thing. And now you're adding some more like conscious knowledge or book learning or whatever. And some of us maybe saw that we wanted something different. So we read a book and then we're going to apply it. It's like you saw it happen in application.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
really important.
yeah, and I think it lives within us as women.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow we have been carrying this thread of this capacity from those old times till now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm living now in Sardinia. There is um, a culture here that was thriving 3,000 years before Christ.
Wow.
and they were non-hierarchical. And
Oh,
all the societies, they worship the goddesses
mhm,
and nature. And
mhm,
everybody was in the same level of importance. It doesn't matter if it's an animal, an insect, a plant. Everything is important to make our lives worth living.
mhm,
There is
mhm.
no one over the other.
I think it's really critical. You've probably not spent a lot of time in the United States. Is that true? I mean,
Well,
you've not lived in the United States for a period of time. Is that true or not?
I lived there for 3 months once. I was
Mm-hmm.
an exchange student in United States. Then I did some courses in California about environment and development, which were my majors when I did my master's.
Mm-hmm.
And I went many times there.
The reason I bring that up is I know women who have spent time either because that's where they were born, out of the country, you know, mostly in Africa or India. And one particular friend has spent a lot of time in Africa, born in the United States, but lived extensively her adult life in Africa, connected to an organization that helps with those who are in depression, the mental health region, right? The mental health.
Yeah.
And they have a model that works really, really well. And I said, have you tried the model in the United States? Because we so need it. She said, we did. But the thing that is missing in the United States is a sense of community. We don't,
Yeah.
we, and you're speaking what she also has experienced, that sense of community coming together, e- valuing equally, lifting up, and I'm just saying this to our listeners who are in the United States. Pay attention to what we in the United States, us women, we carry that same inner goddess work together like you're speaking of. Few of us have had that experience because we have been disconnected from it and we need to get back to it by choice. We have to make the choice to get back there and eliminate what's been put in place because we carry a culture of power over in a very
Yeah.
different, crippling way.
Yeah.
So I love hearing your experience. So you are at this point, you're doing some studying.
Yeah. Seriously.
I love that. I love that.
we
Uh,
we have to know our past to be able to predict our future.
yes. You know,
And we women forgot our past.
yeah, yes,
So
yes,
we need to rewire it to really
yes.
bring forth a future where there is
Yeah, okay, there we go. So
um,
getting back to our natural state of being as women,
yeah,
holding community, holding each other, valuing equality and lifting each other, being
yeah,
joyful to us.
yeah. And this equality, it's among not only women, but men, women, and all living things, because
Yes,
we are part of nature. We are not over nature. We are part of nature.
yes,
And so to really understand how this matriarchal society thought, And we have examples even today, like the Mosul in China and some even traditional societies that are have a matriarchal root. Even today,
Mm,
uh, I decided to study shamanism
okay. Yeah.
because shamanism uh, was part of their understanding of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it is older than any religion,
Mm-hmm.
and it connected each one to the sacred
Mm-hmm.
directly. We didn't need a religion to mediate. We had the straight connection, and this is what shamanism is brings forward again. How can we connect directly with the sacred? Because
Yeah.
we lost the sacred.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yes.
living in a society where having and being is more important than sharing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's like as we look out over the world, we see the end result of those, we'll say, stories that took us away from our original connection, sharing, being together in community, to like pitting us against each other, division, fear, competition. We see the end result. And
Yeah.
that's all we need to say. Do we want that end result? And no more, not for us, but certainly not for our children and grandchildren. And what you're pointing out is a very valid path of getting back and not only reconnecting, but remembering and pulling it up from
Yeah.
within. And I really appreciate that. So, what would you suggest for those who are listening? I don't know that if you have a website or any specific ideas, books, suggestions. What would you share with listeners uh, from your experience? Where to
Uh,
for?
as you said, I'm doing serious research and studies. I'm writing articles, and but I think each one of us has to go deep within ourselves to find the sacred that is within us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And this is very liberating. When we find the sacred in us, we can see the sacred in others.
I love
And
that.
I think if we can do that, we can have better world for our children and grandchildren.
Thank you. Oh, well, thank you, Angela, for being here with us today in the sacred space. We call it a space of sovereignty, inquire, and inspiration. Listeners, as you explore our guest's words, her ideas, may you also feel the quiet stirring of your own gift, asking to become alive. The world is shifting, and your unique thread is essential in this great tapestry. No one can weave that but you. So if this conversation nourished you, pass it along to others who are seeking hope, direction, and also dreaming, hoping that a new world is in process. And I invite you back for the next episode of Weaving New Paths, because together we will continue opening the doors to new ways of seeing, being, and collaborating. So thank you so much. Love having time with you, Angela. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see we'll see where we meet down the road, because we will. Many blessings.
We will, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Thank you. Like
And to our valued listeners, thank you for being with us here in the sacred space of sovereignty, inquiry, and inspiration. As you explore our guest's work, may you also feel the quiet stirring of your own gift, asking to come alive. The world is shifting, and your unique thread of weaving is essential in that great tapestry. If this conversation nourished you, inspired you, pass it along to others who are seeking hope, direction, and also dreaming a new world into being. We invite you back for the next episode of Weaving New Paths, where together we will continue opening the doors to new ways of seeing, being, and collaborating. Until then, blessings.